This is episode 1 of Campfire Guitar Songs. In this series, we're going to look at some super easy songs that are perfect to play while sitting around the campfire. Spring is coming and campsites are being booked up fast, so make sure you have some songs ready for this season. Today we're going to be looking at Wonderwall by Oasis. Super beginner-friendly song that everyone can sing along to. So if you want to play this song in the original key, you're going to need a capo and you're going to have it on the 2nd fret. Now if you don't have that, that's totally cool. Everyone can still sing along. So what's nice about this song is that these two fingers are going to be in the exact same spot the whole time. And just to make things a little simpler, this is going to be fret 0. So even though this is fret 5, we're just going to say 3 for simplicity. So let's start with the intro and the verse. You're going to start with your pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E and your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B. And they're going to stay there the entire time. For the first chord, we're going to play an E minor. So you're going to have your 1st fret on the 2nd fret of the A string and your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. So it's going to sound like this. Then we're going to play a G chord. So we're going to have our middle finger on the 3rd fret of the low E and our 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the A. And then these two still planted. So it'll sound like this. So far we have E minor and we have G. Then we're going to play a D chord. So we're going to have our 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the G string and still those two planted. So it'll sound like this. So our last chord is going to be an A chord. And we're going to have our 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the D and our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G. So it'll sound like this. So all together we have E minor, then we have G, then we have D, and then we have A. So the strumming pattern is kind of like a So you're going to play that chord progression 4 times before you start singing. And when you start singing, you're only going to play it 3 times. And the 4th time, they do a variation. I'll demonstrate that variation right now. So you're going to play a C chord, which we'll go over soon, a D chord, and then that A chord you're going to hold for a little bit. So for that C chord, you're going to have your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the A string. You're going to have your pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. And then these fingers still planted. So it's going to sound like this. And then after that, like I said, we're going to go to D. And we're going to hold on that A for a couple bars. So the verse is going to sound something like this. And keep in mind, I'm not the best singer. I'm just going to show you what it'll sound like. Today is going to be the day that they're going to throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you got to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about your seed. So that's the first verse. So after that, we have the 2nd verse, and you're just going to play the original chord progression 4 times. It'll sound like this. Backbeat, the word is on the street, got the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Then we have the pre-chorus. So we're going to start the pre-chorus with that C chord that we just learned. Then you're going to go to D, and then E minor. You're going to repeat that progression 2 times, and it'll sound kind of like this. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. So then we have the B part of that chorus, and it's going to start with your C, and you're going to go to D, and then you're going to do this quick part where they transition from the G to D to E minor. Then you're going to go back to the D, and then you're going to go to the A chord. Hold on a second. I know that's a lot. So let's go over it again, that B part. C are many, D that I, with G to D to E minor, but I D note A. Let's go over it one more time. C are many, D that I, with G to D to E, but I D to A. So the whole pre-chorus is going to sound like this. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lines that lead us there are binding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. And then we're going into the chorus of the song. Okay, so now we're going to learn the chorus of the song. And the chorus chord progression has the same progression through the whole thing. So we're going to start with C, and then we're going to play E minor, and then G, and back to E minor. So you're going to play that 4 times throughout the chorus, and it's going to sound like this. Because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me, and after all, you're my Wonderwall. And that's the chorus of the song. Here it is one more time. Because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me, and after all, you're my Wonderwall. And there you have it. That's all the parts to Wonderwall by Oasis. Now after that chorus, you're going to have another verse, and then you're going to have your pre-chorus part, and then you're going to have a chorus that just kind of goes on and on forever. So that's when you decide when you want to end it. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, consider subscribing so you can stay tuned for the next campfire guitar song. Follow me on Instagram or Facebook at Freak Guitar Lessons, and comment any recommended songs you want to hear. That's all from me. Keep shredding!